Hi you guys, it's Miss Johnson. This one is C1V1 equals C2V2. This is how we make really strong acids dilute with water. Usually it's acid that we're diluting. But you can do this with bases. You could do this with bleach. This is Unit 6 Chemical Reactions. And here's our first example. Actually, no it isn't. When we use this formula in my class, it's usually because we have a really strong stock solution of acid and we have to dilute it so that we can use it in an experiment. And this is the formula, C1V1 equals C2V2. I wrote down what everything means. C1 is always our stock solution, and it's usually the bigger number of the two concentrations. The only time C2 ends up being bigger is if there's an evaporation. So our first example is that we need 800 milliliters of a 3 molar solution of hydrochloric acid, but we only have a 12 molar stock solution. So part A says, how much of my stock solution will I need to make this? Well, I know that C1 is 12 molar because it tells me in the problem, which means that C2 has to be 3 molar. And I've already automatically converted 800 mils in my problem for V2 to 0.8 liters. So what I'm solving for is V1. And this is pretty easy math, and we come up with 0.8 liters of solution. But that's only part A, so now we're going to look at part B. It says, how much water will we need to add to the stock solution? Okay, well, if we want 0.8 liters total, but 0.2 liters of that is going to be concentrated acid, we just have to subtract to find out the amount of water we're going to have to add. This is just like when we went and pipetted the 10 molar acid using the micropipette in the hood, and you added the 27 milliliters of water to it. So when you take 0.8, you subtract 0.2, you get 0.6 liters of water. And we haven't been doing sig figs, but there's only one sig fig in this problem. Okay, so now another example. Miss Johnson, made 500 milliliters of 5 molar sulfuric acid, but forgot to cover it with parafilm, you moron. Ugh. The next day, she saw that 15 mils had evaporated out. Yikes, that was fast. What was the new concentration? So, like I told you at the beginning, the only time C2 is going to be bigger is if when we see water evaporate out, right? That's another way to make something more concentrated. So I filled in everything I know. My V1 is 500 mils because that's what I start with. So if I want to find V2, I have to subtract the amount that evaporated out of it. And when I do that, I get 485 milliliters, which is 0.485 liters. So this time I'm solving for C2, and when I plug everything in, I find that C2 is 5.14, so it's a little bit higher than C1, and that's what we would expect. Okay, so number 3, you got 35 mils of 12.5 molar hydrobromic acid. You got to make a 3 molar solution. Using what you got, what is your total volume going to be? Well, this time, we're going to have to figure out how much we're going to make in the end, right? V2 is what we're solving for. So I wrote the formula. C1 is the bigger number here. There's no evaporation, so it's 12.5 molar, which makes C2 3 molar. V1 is 35 mils, but we have to convert that to liters. And when we plug everything in and solve, we get a V2 of 0.1458 liters. That's pretty close to 150 milliliters, so it's a very small amount. But in this problem, we only have one significant figure. Boo. So one significant figure would be 0.1 liters. So don't give up, you guys. Chemists try. I know it's hard, but don't give up. I'll see you soon. Bye.